Navigation online. Destination, Zerg space. Confirm.
Confirmed.
The pressure is on for the determined Sarah Kerrigan. Having lost her powers as the mighty Zerg matriarch, she has a lot to prove as she claws her way back to the top in StarCraft II's first expansion, Heart of the Swarm. Standing in the looming shadows of past series hallmarks like Brood War, this expansion of StarCraft II focuses solely on the fate of the swarming, hive-minded Zerg. The combined forces of inspired gameplay and impressive production values result in a game that accurately leverages the series' strengths, and though Heart of the Swarm mounts a strong offensive, it's hesitant to break the mold.
Warning. Zerg organisms detected.
That's why I'm here.
The tale picks up shortly after Wings of Liberty's grand finale, which saw this Spec Ops ghost turned Bug Queen reborn and reunited with her old flame, Jim Raynor. It's a short-lived honeymoon that ends with the two love bugs forcibly torn apart once again. So begins a bloody quest of revenge as the former soldier returns to her rightful place at the head of the Zerg Empire. Much like Wings of Liberty before it, the game paints its plot in the thick and heavy strokes of Blizzard's signature style, attempting to tell a dramatic story against its lavish backdrop. Impressive as the game's technical production can be, hazy character motivations, questionable plot developments, and even the occasional spot of bad dialogue feel a bit silly for a game about systematically crushing your foes through ruthless military strategy.
Spare me your self-pity, Zeratul.
Heart of the Swarm's Hollywood-ready quips and cutscenes may leave much to be desired, but the single-player campaign excels as a vital part of the StarCraft experience. Where the previous game started to experiment by adding environmental hazards to the series' traditional gameplay, Heart of the Swarm adds to its bag of tricks with boss battles, stealth segments, and even brief segues by ship. Rather than emulating the multiplayer side's strict focus on optimal build orders and pinpoint play, the very design of the campaign tests a player's ability to overcome and adapt to the game's unique set of problems. Missions provide a constant tug-of-war between pressing matters and long-term goals. Most will provide you with interestingly themed challenges to pick apart by the bone, while the very best will make every skill you've learned feel relevant and rewarding.
You shine. You will bring more essence, and I will follow.
Story-building crew conversations and troop management are the connective tissue that holds Heart of the Swarm together between operations. But it lacks the variety and depth of interaction that made the Hyperion feel more like a real place in Wings of Liberty. In place of the mercenary-themed misadventures of Raynor's Raiders, Kerrigan's turn at the wheel is about traveling across worlds and rebuilding the Swarm with her ragtag group of anthropomorphized alien advisors. This means reassimilating scattered Zerg broods into your own, harvesting specimens to improve your units in one-off evolutionary missions, and even taking a stab at self-improvement with RPG-style customization of Kerrigan herself. Evolution may be the ultimate goal for the so-called Queen of Blades, but it's clear that the series is playing to its established strengths, reusing many of the same tricks that defined Raynor's trip through the cosmos. Merely reskinning the Hyperion's hulls doesn't quite do justice to the uniqueness of the Zerg species. At 27 missions, Heart of the Swarm achieves a respectable length that evenly matches Wings of Liberty in size and scope. After finishing the main campaign, achievement-hungry commanders can dig into the new Master Archives feature, which allows you to revisit any of the game's missions and tweak a full set of parameters to your liking.
Only focus is evolving the Swarm.
On the flip side, multiplayer continues to be a huge series attraction without shaking things up too much. With just 7 new units spread across each of the 3 races and minor changes to existing units, the art of interplanetary war doesn't exactly change in an immediate or dramatic way, but you'll notice a few different dynamics to the game's established strategies created by the tweaks and additions. Several new maps showcase the game's spread of new tile sets and graphical upgrades, including gruesome new physics-driven death animations. Meanwhile, overarching improvements to Battlenet bring welcome upgrades to the previously undercooked community and back-end features. Clan support is finally a reality, dropped games can be recovered, and you can insert yourself into famous esport matches with the Take Command replay option.
I return.
True to its evolutionary themes, Heart of the Swarm is a deliberate product of StarCraft's successes, selectively acquiring the series' strongest traits and reproducing them in an efficient, albeit mechanical manner. Series savants won't be disappointed by the game's catalog of well-constructed missions and stellar multiplayer experience, but players may still find themselves hoping for some sort of wild mutation from the franchise's established norms. The charmingly confident Kerrigan once again proves that she and her brood can stand on their own, but she owes quite a debt to past conquests. To guarantee the survival of her species, she may need a more dramatic change in the future.
They're tenacious, I'll give them that. But I am ready for this.